Welcome to the first video of the TimeSuite Toolbox demo series. The username to get into the demo is Apple, and the password is Apple as well. We're organized by subsidiary. In each subsidiary, you'll see a list, then you'll see transaction concepts, then you'll see sublists for the subsidiary, custom reports and forms, and reports. So for accounts receivable, you have your list, transactions, sublists, custom reports and forms, and reports. So the same concept holds true with each of the subsidiaries. We're a non-modular system, which means we have a centralized transaction data structure. We don't have transactions under each module or each subsidiary. Therefore, it's a single system. So if I click on the general ledger list, I get a chart of accounts. And if I click on one of the occurrences in the chart of accounts, I get a notebook. So we're based on a list notebook concept. I'll double click on one of the transactions, and I get my header, my distribution, I have a basic tab and an items tab. I want to illustrate two concepts here. The first concept I want to illustrate is the automated audit trail. So if I make a change to the transaction and click OK, the system will do my audit trail for me. If I click Include Reversing Entries, I'll see that my original entry is here. It's basically how it was before I changed it. A reversing entry was sent through the system to negate the effect of the first entry, and a correcting entry was sent through. I don't have to see my automated audit trail if I don't want to. The audit, in order to modify a transaction, you don't actually modify a transaction in our system. It looks like you do, but you don't. You make a change and the system sends reversed and correcting entries through for you. In order to make that happen, the system has a couple of requirements. First, the books have to be open. Under Utilities, System, Preferences, you set your valid entry date range, and this is how you determine how the system determines whether the books are opened or closed. So if I wanted to change if I change the date to 2/1/2013, I'll effectively close January of 2013. The second concept is security. If I don't have the rights to modify the transaction, the system won't let me change it. The next concept I want to illustrate is our paperless concept. The attach icon in each of the transactions, if you click on that, you'll bring up your attachments dialog. If I click Scan, the system will initiate my scanner, my default scanner attached to my computer. It'll document a description and a file name. Alternatively, I can click Select and map out to the menu system and pull in an image. If I click Open, it'll pull up the image. So the concept is to attach your invoices to your transaction AP invoices, your hard copy invoices to your AP invoices. Another concept to look at with respect to this is that you can pull up the images in your reports. If I go to Job Cost, Job List, I see my job list dialog. And on the bottom right, I have a multi-job print with a drop-down, and I can select various dashboard reports. I click Print here, and it brings up my dashboard. I'll go to this golden job, cost date, click on the 63,000, and it'll bring up an on-demand sub-report. Here's the Home Depot transaction, 2850. If I click on it, it'll bring up my image. Now on the dashboard concept, anytime you see a report that has navy blue numbers on it, that's our convention for letting you know that there are on-demand sub-reports underneath the blue number. So for example, if I click on the accounts payable for the golden job, I'm going to get an accounts payable aging. If I click on a committed balance, I'll get a purchase order subcontract report showing my commitments, my invoices submitted against those commitments, my checks issued against those invoices. So I have 83,000 in commitments, 15,500 that's been invoiced against those commitments, 67,500 is still going to be invoiced by my sub or supplier. I've paid 5850 and I have an accounts payable 9650. If I go to the accounts payable, I'll see the 9650 here, Action Rentals. There are various other on-demand sub-reports that we'll cover briefly. The revised budget, this sub-report is a budget actual variance budget, actual and then variance on the amounts, budget, actual, and variance on the hours, budget, actual, and variance on the hourly rate. All the reports in the system are customizable and can be placed in these dashboard reports. Here's one of the job status reports showing my original budget, change order, revised budget, committed total, committed balance, actual cost, percent complete, cost to complete, total estimated cost, and variance. We'll cover the dashboard concepts again later. So for the balance of the GL account notebook, if it's a credit card type account or a cash type account, you'll get a deposits tab. You'll notice here we have a deposit slip that has 2 receipts tied to it. And the setup tab can look different depending on the type of account, whether we have divisions, departments, multi-company turned on. Budget, custom fields, all of the notebooks will have a custom fields concept. Unlimited dates, text, and numbers. And in the TimeSuite side, the .NET side, you have booleans, which are checkboxes, and you have calculatable fields. On the Attachments tab, you have the ability to select files or scan. Basically the same concept as the attachments on your transactions. So all the notebooks have the attachments concept. You also have a Notes tab and a date and timestamp with a username. The username on the demo is Apple. Therefore, it shows the user as Apple there. The next concept I want to illustrate is your bank reconciliation. If it's a bank type account or a credit type account, this reconcile button will be available. So I click on the reconcile button, and you'll notice that I've got my date range, deposits, checks, and over here you have a bank statement recap, the information off of the bank statements, the totals, and then your bank reconciliation recap. A statement ending balance, deposits in transit, outstanding checks, calculated ending balance compared to your general ledger. As I check and uncheck my items, my numbers will change down below. Okay, so another concept is that I can move between bank recs. So there's my, now I'm in my February bank rec. I can go back to my January bank rec. Okay. So these are the concepts for this first demo video. We talked about the general ledger, we talked about automated audit trails, paperless, valid entry date range, and we introduced you to the dashboard reports.